Namaste. Brief Yincounters are short sequences to get you back on track in 30 minutes. If your body or mind needs a pick-me-up or reset, but you haven't got much time, these may be for you. For each sequence, we've chosen 3 postures with multifaceted benefits to target the lower body, upper body, and spine. It's like a quick charge for your chi. Enjoy. Coming to a comfortable seated position on a block or just on your mat. Sitting up straight, straightening the back. If you're comfortable, bringing the eyes to a close, or just taking the gaze down towards the mat or the floor in front of you. I'm just going to do a couple of minutes of breathing here just to bring our focus to a single point, ready for the short practice ahead. So eyes closed, bringing the attention to the breath. Feeling the air move over the tip of the nose, over the nostrils as we inhale. Drawing in the cool air. Exhale, allowing the warm air to leave the body. Inhale. And exhale. As we inhale and exhale in our own time, just turning the senses inwards. Not time to block anything out, but just shifting the focus of our attention to our breath, the movement of air, maybe the rise and fall of the belly. Just recalibrating our attention on what's happening within. And in your own time, just removing the block if you sat on the block. Our first posture, the target area is going to be the rectus abdominis, the stomach, but also the lumbar in the back. And we're going to do that with a supported bridge. So Vanessa will be using a couple of blocks. I'll be using a bolster. So however you're going to support yourself, you want to be placing the support just right on the lumbar here. You're going to be opening up the body in a lot of this sequence. So just placing the block or bolster under the lumbar. Just gently allowing the body to mould over the blocks or the bolster. Keeping the feet on the ground and the knees bent for the moment, just while we settle into the posture. Using 1 or 2 blocks according to your preference and your flexibility. So just finding that first edge. Settling in, relaxing. So allowing the back to almost mould over whatever support you've got. And then maybe when you're comfortable, just extending the legs, straightening out the legs. Just feeling the change in the sensation, adjusting as required. As you're relaxing the muscles in the back and the front of the body. Maybe the posture opens up. Maybe that edge we've found has moved out a little bit. And again, we can adjust as we need to. Maybe there's an opportunity, if you wish to Take your arms above your head. Be straight out above, out to the sides. And then we start to find that stillness in the body, stillness in the mind. And then we take that stillness, allows us to explore firstly the connective tissue stretch or stress that we're feeling in the front of the body, hip flexors or the quads, rectus abdominis, stomach. And maybe particularly if we've got our arms above our head on the mat, maybe you're also going to feel that extending from the rectus abdominis up, maybe through the obliques at the side, but certainly coming up the front of the body. You can adjust the position of the feet, so if you bring the feet closer together, you're probably going to feel this coming much more up straight up the centre of the front of the body. If you prefer having the feet slightly wider apart, you're probably going to move that sensation out towards the sides. So just find a place that's comfortable for you at the moment. You can also explore the healthy stress in the bones here, predominantly in the back, spine. Got some lovely sort of compression in the lower back, the lumbar and sacral area, sacrum. But also with this full extension of the spine, we've got a compression all the way up the spine, from the lumbar right up through the thoracic, up towards the cervical. And depending where you have your arms, you might also feel a little bit up there in the scapular, clavicle, up around the shoulders. Taking the attention back towards the target area, front of the body, rectus abdominis. Maybe sensing some movement in that connective tissue stress down towards the hip flexors or the quads, as well as coming up to the upper body. With all three postures in this short sequence, we're really opening up the whole front of the body, particularly the chest or the heart, so heart opener postures. So really quite energizing, quite an energizing short sequence. But energizing in a nice calm way. Just ensuring that all the muscles are relaxed. Any stress is borne by the connective tissue, the ligaments, the tendons. Just a couple more breaths here. And maybe just taking the feet back to the mat, putting the soles of the feet on the mat, lifting the hips and just removing the bolster or the block. Maybe just lying here for 10 or 20 seconds. Arms and legs relaxed. Just a little mini rebound in between the postures. As we do in all of our rebounds, just taking note of the effect of that last posture. And then when you're comfortable, just rolling over to one side. Coming up to a seated position. For our next posture, we're going to be targeting quads up the front, but also a little bit of work in the back as well. We're going to do that by coming into a saddle, so sitting back onto our heels. We're going to walk back, and just finding that first edge, that first point of physical resistance. Taking your time here, no need to rush. We're here for a good 6 minutes in all. So finding that first edge. When we find it, just pausing, relaxing the muscles in the front of the legs, the quads. As we relax those muscles, we might find that things open up a little bit, the edge moves out, gives us the opportunity to come back a little bit, or if you prefer, you might want to use that bolster or block, entirely up to you. So you may want to support yourself in this posture in this way. Or as Vanessa's demonstrating, you may want to lie right back onto the mat. Or you could just stay here supported on the elbows. In terms of the position of the knees, again you're going to get some different sensations. If the knees are further apart versus closer together. But remember, it is yin, not yang. So in yin we don't want to be forcing the knees together. We need to just allow the knees to find their own placement so that we're comfortable here for the next 4 or so minutes. So finding our edge, relax the muscles, adjusted. And now we're finding that stillness, mental and physical stillness. Maybe we take the arms up above the head, holding onto the opposite elbows, or even stretched out, or even in stop sign configuration. In our stillness now, we take our attention down to the connective tissue stress in the target area. Just feeling that connective tissue stress in the quads of both legs. Maybe that's extending up a little bit further from the quads, maybe coming up towards the hip flexors, again coming up towards the front of the body, maybe even the obliques in the side, particularly if we've got our arms above our head. In that stillness, also exploring the healthy stress we're placing on the bones. Toes, ankles, knees, femur, pelvis, hip joint. Particularly in this position, we're going to get some
Nice compression in the base of the spine, the lumbar and the sacrum, right down as far as you can go. A little bit of discomfort here is okay, but we certainly don't want any pinching. If we've got any pinching or too much discomfort, then we probably need to come up out of the position and support ourselves on our elbows or get that bolster back in under the neck. But otherwise, just enjoying the stress on the bones, the compression in the base of the spine, full extension of the spine, compressing all the spinous processes together all the way up the back. Opening up the front of the body, opening up the front of the spine. As we compress the back of the spine, we're just gently squeezing the intervertebral discs, just moving that spinal fluid around in those discs, helping to renew and refresh the spinal fluid. So once again, take the attention back to the target area, quads, the front of the body. Exhaling, relaxing all those muscles. Enjoying the deep stress on the connective tissues. To come out of this posture, just gently lean to one side, take one of the legs out from behind you, extend those legs. And again, maybe just taking 10 or 20 seconds here, just an opportunity to have a little mini rebound. Registering the sensations that arise in the target area. Take your attention on the quads and the front of the body. What sensations arise there, but maybe also taking the attention to the back. Just seeing what sort of sensations arise, particularly in the lower back. Ready for our next posture? We're simply going to roll over. Starting lying on the front. The target area for this posture is going to be more the obliques, but also again spine. And we're going to start almost in the Sphinx. Just going to roll onto one side. So in this case I'm rolling onto my right hand side. I'm bringing the left knee up, bending the left knee, supporting my head with my right hand. And then with the right leg behind, I'm just going to walk that out towards the right as far as I can before I bend it, and then holding the ankle, the foot or leg, whichever's comfortable, just holding with the left hand, palm of the left hand. Starting to find that first edge in this posture here. Got a nice arch to the back, bit of a twist in the obliques there. Relax the muscles all around the target area, so the torso, the back. And then when you're comfortable, just maybe rolling backwards, so taking that left shoulder towards the mat behind, or the floor behind. Taking that right hand out and extending the right arm out, be above or out to the side. Deciding whether you want to look towards the hand or turn the head more towards the back. And just starting to find that stillness. Stillness in the body and the mind. Allowing us to explore the connective tissue stress in the right oblique and right hip flexors. Maybe extending up towards the rectus abdominis a bit, but predominantly the obliques and the hip flexor. And also exploring the healthy stress on the bones, ankle, knee, femur, pelvis, hip joint. Nice deep twist in the spine, all the way up the spine, but mainly focused in the thoracic area, the middle of the spine. If you want a bit more twist in the cervical spine or in the neck, then looking towards the back is probably going to give you a little bit more twist there throughout the spine. So explore that if you're comfortable. Also got some healthy stress in the upper end shoulders, the scapula, the clavicle, the humerus, all the way down the arms, the radius and the ulna. Gently bringing the attention back to the target area. Obliques, hip flexor. Just ensuring that all those muscles are relaxed. And just releasing that back foot, so letting go with the left hand. Now we're just going to roll over onto the other side. So onto the left hand side, bringing that right knee up, bending that right knee, supporting the head with the left hand this time. Taking that left leg, walking that left leg out. If we bend it, then reaching back with the right hand, holding on the ankle, foot, leg, whatever suits. So just starting to find that first edge here, first physical point of resistance. Target area again is the obliques and the hip flexor. So just ensuring that the muscles around the torso and the upper legs are relaxed. As they relax, maybe our edge is going to move out, maybe that posture is going to open up a little bit. That gives you the opportunity, it's still only an invitation, an opportunity, if you wish, to allow this right shoulder to roll back towards the mat, still holding the foot. Extending the left arm out to the side. Again, as we did on the other side, deciding which way the head is going to look. Whether you want more or less twist in the spine. And then just finding stillness. Stillness in the body. Stillness in the mind. together, that stillness giving us the perfect opportunity to explore the connective tissue stress that we're experiencing in the left oblique and left hip flexor, maybe even a little bit in the left hand side of the rectus abdominis, the stomach. And also exploring the healthy stress in the bones, ankle, knees, femur, pelvis, hip joint, and that deep twist in the spine. All the way up the spine from the lumbar, right up through the thoracic, up to the cervical spine. Again, recognizing that most of the twist will be in the middle of the back, in the thoracic. It just happens to be the part of the back that construction of the spine allows more twist there. And also that healthy stress in the shoulder area, the scapula, the clavicle, the humerus, all the way down the arms, the radius and the ulna. Taking the attention back down to the target area, obliques, hip flexor, left hand side. And also the base of the spine, maybe you've got a bit of compression there as well. And just ensuring that all the muscles in those areas are relaxed. And just gently releasing the left foot from the right hand, rolling onto the back. Just making yourself comfortable, arms and legs slightly apart from the body, all the muscles relaxed. Gently bringing the eyes to a close if you're comfortable with that, or focusing softly on a point on the ceiling. And as we started, bringing our attention back to the breath. Natural breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Cool air in through the nostrils and warm air out. Feeling the movement of the air on the tip of the nose. Briefly taking our attention to the lower body, scanning the lower body, taking our attention to the upper body, scanning the upper body, and finally taking our attention to the spine, and just briefly scanning the spine. Noting how the entire body feels right now. So when you're ready, deep inhale,
exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Gently rolling over to one side, coming up to a comfortable seated position. Namaste. We hope you enjoyed this brief, energizing practice. Namaste.